Can you hear me well? Okay, let's start. My name is Konstantin Ivanov, and I'm from Russia. I represent Utrace, the leading level 4 solution on the CIS market. Places like Russia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and so on. Funnily enough, but in this digital era that we will be discussing today, the biggest problem for me was actually getting to Berlin. So I'm definitely glad I made it and can see you all here today. But anyway, back to the speech. As most of you probably know, Russia today has the most complex track and trace requirements in the world. Russia was the only country in the world to implement serialization, aggregation, food traceability, all at the same time, and of a whole variety of different industries, such as the pharma, food, footwear, and so on. A quick question to you all. Is there anybody here who was involved in the Russian traceability project? Please raise your hands. Oh, thank you. It is very interesting to see you, so many people. Yeah, I can say that you are really heroes. I remember this time very well. Everyone said, Russians were crazy. It is just not possible to simultaneously implement serialization, aggregation, and food traceability all at the same time. But we did it. Thanks to Utrace innovative distributed architecture, we helped more than 30 customers across a variety of industries to successfully navigate their track and trace journey. And now, today, I'm more than happy to share with you our successful experience of how to overcome the challenges of Serialization 2.0 that you can face as well. What do we mean when we say Serialization 2.0? Serialization 2.0 is a wave of changes that will inevitably disrupt your existing track and trace landscape, connected to aggregation and food traceability, and new industries and new countries. And in the middle of this disruption, your company is going to want to gain business benefits beyond just compliance. Yeah, and to help you gain deeper insights into this, let me please introduce Elena Zenkova, Serialization Project Manager of MSD, who we worked with together to successfully overcome all the challenges of Serialization 2.0. Elena, I'm glad to see you. Can you hear us?
I'm glad to see you too. I would like to welcome everybody on this conference and very pleased to uncover what Serialization 2.0 means. My name is Elena Zenkova. I'm the Serialization Project Manager in MSD. Our portfolio includes prescription medicines, vaccines, biologic therapies, and animal health products. For the last 3 years, I've been the one managing the implementation project in Russia. And today, I'm very happy to share the insights that my team and I have gained over these years. So what does Serialization 2.0 bring in our lives? First of all, it imposes new steps in operations, and it makes our business processes more complex. Sometimes it is connected with increased lead times. Secondly, many companies faced with the challenge of scaling when different requirements to track and trace differ from country to country. Thirdly, it generates a huge amounts of data, and at the same time, it represents opportunity to business insights that companies had never access to before. What about traceability? It is the ability to monitor the journey of a pack all the way from the manufacturer to the consumer. Every pack should be tracked and traced from the point of manufacture up to the physical pharmacy and through every distribution channel in between. All data should be captured timely and transformed and transmitted to the governmental database. You won't be surprised if I say that it brings increased complexity to business processes. Equipment should be upgraded, as well as software. Some new processes should be designed, and SOP should be kept current, not to mention significant efforts in change management. To give you an example, it is also connected with increased workload. To give you an example, 2 years ago, we ran an estimate of number of FTE to support manual reporting process during serialization launch in Russia. And the calculation resulted in 10 people to support this process and keep our business running for the whole portfolio. You see on this slide number of steps that are required for an imported product to reach their customer. You see that every step, almost every step, is followed by a reporting message. If you count, you realize that this is at least 12 reports that should be sent by every participant for a product to reach their customer. Thankfully, with automation, risks of human errors as well as delays in operations are possible to mitigate.
Okay, thanks, Elena. Yeah. But what about level 4 solution? I think most of you familiar with level 4 solution for serialization. But with aggregation and food traceability, it is completely different story. In this story, level 4 solution much more sophisticated and much more intelligent, because 3 things are going to happen with your business as you navigate into the aggregation and food traceability. Firstly, the number of operations is going to increase dramatically from 5 or 6 to something like 30. To handle all these operations, we saw that companies in Russia took 2 different roads. One was to onboard some more people and incur the cost involved. The other was to achieve high degree of automation by using level 4 solutions adapted for aggregation and food traceability. The second point to keep in mind is that aggregation and food traceability will impact your whole supply chain. For example, scanning packages at each step is going to slow down your supply chain business processes. Just imagine, scanning packages at warehouse will take more than 3,000 man-hours per truck. 3,000 man-hours per truck. To increase the speed of these operations, your company needs to have direct integration with your partners to send them the whole structure of SCC codes, things like pallets and boxes. The third major impact of aggregation and food traceability we saw was on complexity of who was involved. With serialization, the only production sites, hospitals, pharmacies are involved. With aggregation and food traceability, warehouses, wholesalers, distributors, third-party logistics will come into the mix. Bigger number of participants leads to a bigger number of issues. To handle all these issues and errors, you need level 4 solution with advanced monitoring tool. So, as you can see, aggregation and food traceability, it is a different story. We also see global trend that serialization and track and trace is coming to new countries. Brazil, Bahrain, Saudi, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. And new industries, food supplements, medical devices, cosmetics, and so on. A lot of our clients operate in a variety of industries. And definitely, they want to have a single solution to comply with all the different requirements. For us, as a level 4 solution vendor, it was a challenge to create a single solution that would deal effectively with all the different countries, different industries, and different requirements. To achieve this, we created completely new, innovative, and sophisticated level 4 solution with distributed architecture. Why distributed architecture? Because in order to comply with different industry and country regulations, you absolutely have to have independent engines with own business logic and own data flows. Without distributed architecture, your level of automation will be really low, and probably you need to onboard some more people to support the necessary track and trace processes. With distributed architecture, you will have reduced time to market circle and seamless platform updating, all in a full compliance with requirements. But that's not all. Utrace level 4 solution singles out all the useful data and collect it all in a single data lake. So you can gain a whole host of data-driven business insights. Elena, please.
So Serialization 2.0 generates huge amounts of data. Just imagine, every moment, each participant is responsible for reporting their step. So that data about stock levels at each and every node of the downstream supply chain is available online. That creates an opportunity for business insights and a whole range of new business insights. And we are in the very beginning of this journey right now.
Yes, thanks, Elena. Yep, definitely. Data is a new gold. And okay, let's say you've got your company compliant with track and trace legislation, but you definitely want to gain business benefits beyond just compliance. What benefits? Well, firstly, companies we worked with were able to harness the track and trace data for a whole supply chain. We then enrich this data with geolocations, maps, search history, and a whole host of information. This enriched data helped companies to gain valuable business insights and boost things like supply chain efficiency and sales and marketing performance. For example, companies use Utrace data analytics platform to conduct real-time stock analysis for a whole supply chain. Before, they could conduct such analysis just once a month. Companies also now use data analytics platform to support new product launches. With support and real-time data information about stocks for a whole supply chain, they can quickly and easily adjust launch strategy if it is necessary. What's more, before you got to see primary sales, secondary sales, and offtakes just once a month. And the quality of this data were really low accuracy and so on. Now you can analyze primary sales, secondary sales, and offtakes almost every day and model the best scenario for maximum promotional effect. If there is a shift in market behavior, you can quickly adjust your marketing campaign. So it is a great example of how new data can help you leverage benefits beyond just compliance. And as a conclusion, I can say that today we discussed how to overcome the challenges of Serialization 2.0, connected to aggregation and food traceability, and new industry and new country regulations, and which benefits you can gain beyond just compliance. So, Elena, maybe you have a couple of words as a conclusion. Elena, we cannot hear you.
First of all, I would like to say that I'm very grateful for this opportunity to present today, even though I'm located in Moscow and not with you on the conference. Secondly, I would like to say that although the whole project of implementation serialization in Russia looked 2 years or 3 years like a nightmare, we are very proud that in the end we managed to implement it and have it in a very good condition. And I believe that right now Russia is able to share expertise in full track and trace. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Elena. And I would like to say thank you to everyone. Yeah, it was a great pleasure to discuss with you such an interesting topic. And before we go to the Q&A session and to the most important part, our lunch, I would like to invite all of you to our stand number 14 at the exhibition, where we can in details discuss all the challenges of food traceability projects. And moreover, we have prepared a workshop for those who are interested in what is going on with serialization in Kazakhstan. Because during the preparation time, we have received a lot of requests about that, and we prepared workshop to show you the difference between requirements in Russia and different countries. Thank you very much. Now we can go to the Q&A session.
Thank you very much. So do we have some question? Yeah.
Hi, for the daily data that comes out as a readout, does it require an interface with an ERP system, or what kind of messages does the system need to receive to give that kind of data readout?
Yeah, I can say that it is mostly specific in Russia, that in Russia, manufacturers are able to gain data about the stocks for the whole supply chain. So you can gain information for your GTINs from distributors, wholesalers, from pharmacies, hospitals, and so on. And we collect all these data in a data lake. Then we enrich this data with information from external sources, such as the ERP, for example, and some commercial external services like maps, geolocation, short history, and so on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And there are a couple of questions from the digital audience. Question number 1, which countries are you in production at this point? I'm guessing this is for Elena.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would say that with full track and trace, Russia is in production, and as I said, in a very good condition. The whole process is automated. Of course, there are other countries that are in process.
And then there's another one. How are you getting data which is beyond the manufacturer? Government system operator, is government system operator providing that to you?
I think I answered this question. Governmental system doesn't provide you information about sales. They just provide you information about stocks at the moment. And the idea is that we collect this data every day at specific time. For example, I don't know, 12 a.m., something like that. We collect them all in the data lake and then calculate the difference between stocks tomorrow and today. This is an idea.
Okay, and then there is another question also referring to the stocks. How do you ensure stock accuracy with the ERP system, which is responsible for stock at the end of the day? So about accuracy.
About accuracy, So how to say, after transitioning all the government system to the go-live mode, for sure the accuracy of the data from level 5 system were rather low. But after 1 year, we see that everyone sent the data with rather high accuracy. So, and smoothly, this process is going rather well.
Okay, and then one more question. Are you in the EU?
Yeah, so we have a couple of clients here with whom we are working on EU requirements also, yeah.
All right. So I guess so many questions. I'm guessing you also have a digital booth. So for those of us joining online, by all means, do check them out. Are there any more questions in the room?
Thank you.
Great presentation. For what you showed in the dashboard to measure promotions, uplift, what do you show? Can you tell me a little bit more about, what you measure, how you measure? Is this actually the purchase by the consumer? How does that work?
Yeah, so I would like to invite you to our stand where we can, in details, show how it works. We have a special expert here who knows in details very well how the solution for data analysis works. Yeah? Our stand number 14. Thank you.
Okay. I think we are good.
Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, yeah,
thank you very much,
really great
Konstantin.
pleasure.
Thank you, Elena, as well.